Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Scrap Squad Sunday, and in honor of Sunday being Mother's Day here in the US, I'm going to scrap a photo of me and my mom. Might have been one of the first photos taken of the two of us, and by the looks of it, I'm maybe a couple of months old there. So this would have been in very early 1947. And my mom is sitting there looking up. I know that my dad took this photo, and there were some in the same group of photos that had been developed at the same time of her taking photos of him, but there are none of him with me. So I'm going to use this one of her with me, and this is the lift, the original, lots of hexagons and some icons and words and so forth, and I've kind of pulled. Most of my supplies came from, I think, the February Mind the Scrap kit, and I'm doing this page for one of the prompts in Mind the Scrap's CyberCrop last weekend. So I've assembled this title, some bramble fox stars and starbursts, some flowers and birds and butterflies, and a couple die-cut leaf sprigs that provide some variety in color. And I have put some foam behind this tag, which was a sticker that I got in a class from Redefined Creative, Christina Sorge, a while back, and I hadn't used it. And I've put foam behind these hexagons, which I punched out with my trusty hexagon punch. And I'm taking a bit of a risk using this plaid background, but I love it, and all of these colors, I think, look good on that background, and you might say that they get lost on the background, and that's okay, because the photo, which is black and white, will always stand out. So I'm gonna just start gluing these guys down. I left them kind of in place. I don't know if they're gonna end up exactly where they're sitting, but I'm just, this one, when I punched it a little bit, I lost a little bit of it, but that's going to get hidden under the photo. So I'm good with that. What I'm doing, what I'm hoping is that this is fairly close to the border here, and I'm hoping this one ends up equally close to the border over here. Don't know if that's gonna pan out, but we'll see. And then once I get the hexagons down, then I'll worry about the other embellishments. These little areas where a hexagon might fit in, but there isn't one, those will be good spots for things like these stars. So that's kind of where I'm headed with that. And I don't know where this goes. I'm going to put it here and assume. And I think these are just cut out of a Vicky Boutin scrap sheet of paper, and they kind of fit in with the color scheme. And I don't know if that scrap came from a Mind the Scrap kit or if it just ended up in my Scrap Backwards kit, which is where all this stuff is now. Do that. I love working with hexagons because you can go anywhere with them. They just make such a statement on a page. And I love circles and you know, scrapping with lots of circles and letting circles be a major element on the page. And that's probably my, if you can say that you have a go-to shape, I think circles are probably mine. And yet, when I work with hexagons in challenges like this one, I look at them and say, gosh, I need to do that more often. So I'm gonna put this here, and I'm kind of gonna, I've got that back there, so I'm gonna put glue on these hexagons that it touches. I don't know if that's going to work because that let me do that, and I'll do that. Just kind of want to cement that down. And now let's have some fun with embellishing. I'm going to put the title down. It's going to go here with that S kind of up in this little thing. That's not going to be a star after all. That big S kind of just fits right in there. And I've backed this with really thick foam, and because I wanted it to really stand up and not get lost in the background. The title and the photo kind of, you know, I wasn't quite sure what I was ever going to use this title for. I do, particularly when challenged to do so in load competitions and things like that. Load competitions, load challenges. I do scrap a little about myself, but none of those seem worthy of my story kind of thing. I'm going to just insert these vellum flowers kind of like here, sort of overlapping there. And I'm going to do them in a triangle. Maybe put one down here. And that one right there. Okay, Now I've got this bird, which I thought I'd do here. I just picked out embellishments that kind of seemed in the right color family. And this little bird is perfect. I'm gonna kind of lift his tail. He's on foam, but doesn't seem to be standing up much. And I have two butterflies, one with some orange in it that I'm gonna put on this pink I've got some foam showing. I'll put it on this pink hexagon, and I've got this pink one, which I'm going to put up here on this yellow hexagon, and that kind of opens a little slot there for this floral, which I'm just gonna put right there and not try to scoot it under anything. Then I've got this little guy that I like the color, and I kind of thought that this color would work well on the page. It's not all that different from the reds in the plaid there, but when I look at it with these other colors, it's not necessarily looking like it belongs. But that's not going to stop me. I have it out, and if I don't use it, I'll lose it. So I'm going to do that. And I have these, which are meant to really contrast with the with everything else I have going on. I die cut these for a different project. But I'm thinking they may not be too bad here. And have some sequins out. I'm just going to put that there. And I have this little piece snippet cut from a paper snips from Bramble Fox. And I'm not sure where I want to put it. Maybe not. Maybe here, and then I'll add one of these guys. Okay, now I'm going to start adding the stars. So there's a spot right here that looks like one could go, and I'm going to do this one kind of at the opposite end of the page. I only had two of each shape and color. I will put this one here, here. Where do I want it? Maybe I'm going to go back to here, and I'm lay it over the plaid so it kind of shows. And I have another one I'm going to go back to one of those other places I considered. Or I could put it on a paper, on a hexagon, like maybe here. And then I will take this white starburst, excuse me, and I'll use it right there. And I'm going to do a gold one there, and maybe a gold one here. And it's kind of filling up. So in this little container of sequins, there are, and where are my tweezers? Right here in front of me. There are some giant sequins that are just amazingly, brilliantly shiny. So I'm going to scatter a few of those, not a whole lot. And they're going to look more like, larger embellishments rather than sequins. Like sequins I think of usually as a tiny embellishment. But these are giant economy size. And put one right there. Let me tap that down, make sure it makes contact, because these larger sequins have managed to pick up, and a lot of the little tiny ones cling to them. So I'm going to go here with one. And up here. I'm going to put one here, kind of on the hexagon, and I'm going to do one more, and I'm going to put it right here on that hexagon in amongst the orange dots. Well, I have another one, and there's nothing here. Not that there has to be, because you could enjoy that thing. Let's see, where else might I want one if I don't put it there? Well, how about here at this corner, kind of tucked under the photo? You know what? I'm going to take it away from there. And that miscut kind of does show. I didn't cover it up with the photo, and I'm just noticing that now. So I'll cover it with this sequin. And it's a little bit close to this one. I guess that one has to be there. I'm going to try to move it so it's not on the same line. It doesn't look like it's in a straight line. Let me see if I can kind of arch that over so it somewhat disguises it and you don't really see that. Okay, so I will now add some splatters, And I'm going to use a, let's see. I know I have a little piece of packaging in the, so I'm going to put that there. And I'm splattering with shimmer spray in Tangerine Dream. So, because there's a lot of orange in here. And I don't care if it gets on the hexagons or the butterflies or the title. I just didn't want it to get on the photo. Okay. It looks pretty red now, but I think when it dries, the shimmer will reveal the orange. So there it is. It's finished. Happy Mother's Day to all of you celebrating in the U.S. And for those of you like me whose mothers are gone, I hope you treasure some of the happy memories and celebrate in her honor. And for those of you who are mothers, and I hope you have the joy of celebrating with your chitlins and have wonderful food and make memories and take lots of photos and make lots of pages. So thank you for watching. Bye.